How's it going, everybody? I'm Upgraded Rotom, aka coach of the San Diego Pachirisus, and we find ourselves in week 1 of the TBL. In this week, we face our opponent, the London Shockwaves, and their coach Addy, who has a pretty nasty Sun team if I do say so myself. With Ninetales to set up the Sun and almost every Pokemon on her team wanting to abuse it, we've got a challenge ahead of ourselves, that's for sure. But I believe I've put together something that might help us get a little closer to that victory. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the team. First up here we have Iron Crown, and Iron Crown this week is rocking the EV spread of 84 HP, 172 special attack, max speed with the timid nature, the moves Tachyon Cutter, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Substitute, and the booster energy as its item. Iron Crown this week is supposed to run as a late game sweeper. It is really just here to wait until the sun either runs out or we can find an opportunity to set it up in the late game. The combination of Tachyon Cutter and Psychic hits everything for either neutral or super effective damage. So then realistically, if I can't click one move, then I just click the other. Calm Mind allows us to set up ourselves if we can. And Substitute is great, as if we can find ourselves knowing that they're going to switch out, we can go ahead and set that up and allow ourselves to have a little bit better positioning with whatever comes in. Next up is our Hisuian Goodra here, and Goodra is rocking the EV spread of max HP, 4 defense, and max special defense with the careful nature. The moves Flash Cannon, Dragon Tail, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam, and the Shell Armor as its ability with the leftover item. This set is designed to tank hits from their special attackers. The only one that doesn't really take a hit from is Charizard if it's like Specs in the Sun with Terra Fire, because that solar power boost goes crazy. But other than that, we take almost every hit from their special attackers very well. We're running Flash Cannon to hit the Weavile and the Hatterene super effectively. Dragon Tail is there in order to switch them out on a potential switch in, so that way we can probably try to get ourselves into a more favorable position. Flamethrower is there as it's really good into their Tinkaton if the Sun is set up, and otherwise it hits a lot of their other Pokemon neutrally. And lastly, Ice Beam is there in order to give ourselves a little bit better of a coverage into their Raging Bolt, Lilligant, and Great Tusk for any of those either switching in or when we're facing them. After Goodra, we have our Mimikyu here, and Mimikyu this week is rocking the EV spread of 40 HP, max special attack, and 216 speed, with the hasty nature, the moves Rain Dance, Dazzling Gleam, Destiny Bond, and Burning Jealousy, with the Choice Scarf as its item. Now I know what you're thinking. Why the heck am I running Special Mimikyu? Well, let me tell you folks, did you know that most of this team has a solid fairy weakness? Let's say our opponent is deciding to run stuff like Bulk Up on Great Tusk or Victory Dance onto their Lilligant. In that scenario, our play roughs would not be doing that much. However, with our max special attack, at minimum, we are doing a little bit over half to both Great Tusk and Lilligant and Raging Bolt. Weavile, I think, gets close to death, but doesn't die completely. But a lot of the Pokemon that are weak to Fairy don't want to take this hit. And then it also lets us set up an easier switch in for something else. Ultimately, this strategy is just to kind of get around whatever physical bulk they might be running in order to combat a lot of my physical hitters. On top of that, we're running Scarf, and with the set that I've built, we will be able to outspeed anything that is like an Adamant, Booster Speed, Great Tusk, or slower. And one of the other things I like about this set is that we do have Burning Jealousy, which will be boosted by their own Sun. And so if they try to switch into Lilligant and do a Victory Dance or even bulk up with their Great Tusk, then we'll be able to guarantee the burn while they set up, while also not hitting them for what the stats they boosted were. The last two moves on Mimikyu are for shenanigans reasons. Destiny Bond will allow us to possibly KO something with us, and Rain Dance is there in order to try and get rid of the Sun if I can. Ultimately, a lot of their power does come from this Sun, and so being able to weaken it as much as I can will do me wonders. After Mimikyu, we've got our Blastoise this week, and Blastoise is rocking the EV spread of max HP and max physical defense with 4 special attack, the bold nature, the moves Rapid Spin, Ice Beam, Dragon Pulse, and Flip Turn with the Rocky Helmet as its item and the ability Torrent. With the Sun being set up, I didn't really see a reason to run a lot of water type moves on Blastoise, and so that's why there's not really any, besides Flip Turn. But ultimately, Blastoise is here in order to take physical hits from Weavile and maybe even Great Tusk. I don't really want it to, but it could technically, and even hits from their Tinkaton as well. With that Rocky Helmet, we're going to be able to do a little bit of chip damage into my opponent whenever they do hit us with the physical attack. Ideally, we get it into something like a triple axle, so that we can get them to take multiple hits. But even if it's not something that's multiple hits, then every little bit of chip will matter. Ice Beam is there in order to hit their grass types super effectively, while Dragon Pulse is there in order to just cover everything else. With both of those moves, I should be able to hit everything besides Tinkaton neutrally, but even then Tinkaton will be taking the Rocky Helmet chip from us, and we can always just flip turn out of that situation. But basically, yeah, Blastoise is here to come in and take hits and then get rid of hazards if they have any with Rapid Spin. After that, we've got our Gliscor here, and Gliscor is rocking EV spread of 244 HP, max defense, and 12 speed, with the Impish nature, the moves Earthquake, Stealth Rock, U-Turn, and Knockoff, and the Toxic Orb as its item with the Poison Heal ability. Now, everybody knows what the Gliscor with Toxic Orb does, so I'm not going to really explain that, it's just meant to be bulky, but a lot of my opponent's Pokemon don't really want to deal with an Earthquake. They realistically only have 2 immunities and 1 resist, and one of their immunities is a Terra Captain, so it might just straight up get rid of that immunity. So Earthquake looks amazing into this team. Stealth Rocks is there as it allows us to get our hazards up and really kind of punish any switch-ins they want to do, especially if they're going to bring in Weavile against our Gliscor here, or even a Charizard that doesn't have boots. Now Great Tusk is a really reliable Rapid Spinner, so I'm not expecting too much to be able to have these hazards up, but they are here in case I can. U-Turn is there for momentum, as we can outspeed a lot of their team because Gliscor is genuinely surprisingly decently fast, and it'll allow us to hit the switch-in of their Weavile super effectively if we can catch that. Lastly, Knockoff is there, as if we have the opportunity to remove an opponent's item, I don't see why not. I think we should do it, but ultimately Gliscor here is designed to take their physical attacks pretty decently easily while spamming Earthquake, but the main thing we do have to look out for are ice moves, because a surprising amount of their Pokemon do get ice moves, but on top of that, that's why we have Blastoise also. Lastly, we have our Terra Captain Talonflame here, and Talonflame this week is running the EV spread of max attack, 4 special defense, and max speed with the Jolly Nature, the moves Rain Dance, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn, with the Gale Wings ability, the item Heavy Duty Boots, and the Terra type of Ground. This set here is designed to be our designated lead, as it should outspeed everything, not including any like booster speeds or scarfers, but we are basically just 1 point faster than their Weavile, their fastest Mon. With that in mind as well, if they do decide to lead Ninetales, then we can immediately get rid of their Sun by going for the Rain Dance. It is really weird, I did not realize Talonflame got Rain Dance until now, but hey, we'll see how well it works. My opponent is decently weak against just getting spammed by flying type moves. And mind you, that is to an extent. However, on the flip side of that, their Sun boosting our Flare Blitz will allow us to hit whatever wants to resist the Brave Birds that we should be given. We have Gale Wings here instead of Flame Body because it guarantees us to get 1 priority move of Brave Bird, which could really help us out in a pinch against stuff like a setup Lilligant, or even a Scarf Charizard that's getting out of hand, or even maybe to just throw something down that has its own priority, like a Weavile. And speaking of priority, I had Terra Ground on here this week, as it is going to help stop that Raging Bolt from just freely clicking Thunderclap into me. I figure the best strategy for that is going to be to just go ahead and Terra into Ground whenever we're facing it, and then you turn into either Gliscor or Goodra, depending on if they did Thunderclap or not. And that's going to be the team for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of my team, and I will see you guys in the battle. I totally forgot to hit record, and so we're facing Addy, and they've got a terrifying team. Let's see what they lead with. It is Ninetales. Okay, so we see the lead that I was expecting, and we're going to show them something that they're not expecting, which is Rain Dance. I mean, if she expects Rain Dance Talonflame, then honestly, good on you. But we're just going to go for Rain Dance. Okay. So now she's definitely... Oh, Eject Pack! Sick! That's cool. I wonder if Charizard has that too. But out here, I believe it is Raging Bolt that wants to come out. Maybe Cresselia? If it's Cresselia, I feel like I still go Goodra. Yeah, it is Raging Bolt. Okay. And then here, do I want to Brave Bird, or do I want to... Or not Brave Bird, sorry. U-Turn, or do I just want to go Goodra? What do you have? I think I'd like to preserve my ground typiness, so I'm just going to go straight into Goodra. Okay, and so out comes the Weather Ball. we revealed we're leftovers. And so we know that this thing isn't booster. I don't know if it's Scarf. That definitely wasn't Specs. I feel like I personally just want to go into Gliscor now. Because then I can catch, then I don't have to worry about the... Do I? I don't have to worry about the Draco Meteor. Or actually, I can just go ahead and Dragon Tail this. She definitely wants to go back into Ninetales here. Oh, going Gliscor would have been amazing there. I just realized that. With the Volt Switch? Ah, oh, okay. Ooh, Cresselia. Interesting. But we're getting that Dragon Tailed out of here. Just hopefully not into Ninetales, so that we can keep our rain up a bit. Ooh, okay, into Charizard. I'll take that. I'll take that a bit. Let's see, what do I do here? I don't think I mind Ice Beaming. What, you go back into Cresselia? Oh, Weavile didn't come. I just realized that. Wow. I don't mind Ice Beaming. No freeze. We learned they're lefties. And what? You're gonna set up screens, you're gonna Healing Wish. I'm gonna go ahead and go into Gliscor here. Ooh, this thing does get Aurora Beam. I do have to be wary of that. I'll go ahead and just Dragon Tail this thing out. Gudras are already slower than everything, so... Don't be Ninetales? Ah, dang it. Okay. So, now... Now what? Now I feel like I can just Dragon Tail again. Like, realistically, I don't mind Dragon Tailing over and over, just getting that chip. Because again, the idea is to try and make it so that Iron Crown can sweep in the end. And not having Hatterene here makes Dragon Tail very free. And I'm sorry to spam, I know this is kind of cheeky, but we are getting that chip we need onto Cresselia. Raging Bolt shouldn't be able to KO here. Even with the Proto. But let's see what Raging Bolt is doing with Weather Ball. Ooh, it does like half of our HP. Right? Yeah, it does about half. Ice Beam, on the other hand, is also doing half. So I'm gonna go ahead and Ice Beam here, actually. Because Crest is getting decently low. We can get a freeze here. We're gonna get a freeze because we're cool like that. I know. I'll take that back. We're getting a freeze later. But here, they very easily can set up a Lunar Dance. I don't mind. I don't think I mind Dragon Tailing. Oh, no, don't Terra. Yeah, I don't mind Dragon Tailing. Oh, shit. I did forget about Moonlight. Frick. Okay, so now we're back at square one. That kind of screwed me over a bit. Mimikyu is not good for that. And I don't really want to switch anything else in. Set up screens. Let me see you have screens. I want to learn you. Ice Beam, okay. So yeah, that's the ice coverage. And then I think I'm gonna try and make an aggressive play here. If it weren't for that. What's your Preto? Is it attack or is it... It is attack. So Gliscor won't live the ice. We'll learn if they're booster here, I guess. They're not. Okay. So Gliscor could technically live now. I think I want to go Blastoise instead, because I don't need it for... Yeah, I don't need Blastoise as much. And I'll get the Rocky Helmet chip. So, Blastoise here. I totally forgot to make it so I can easily look up my characters. Is bulky. And Great Tusk. Let's say you're offensive. Headlong Rush only does at least half to us without being in the sun. I don't mind going for that Ice Beam. And then we can get the freeze, right? Yes! I told you we'd get it later. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it good here or not. I'm going to go ahead and flip turn on this. And we'll get in Gliscor. We'll get rid of the... What's it called? The leftovers. And... I'm gonna put knockoff on this. You kidding me? That only does like... That does so little, jeez. Okay, but we'll set up Stealth Rocks if we can. And then we'll U-turn out. Or I probably should just knock off and then U-turn. Yeah, I'll knock and then U-turn. That way we can get rid of the lefties. Dang, this thing is staying frozen. Okay. And then, what, we go into Gudra? And we start Dragon Tailing? Maybe that's a dumb play. I genuinely don't know. How much is Gudra doing to this? You're not offensive. You're just bulky. Flash Cannon is doing about 23%. I think I just want a Flash Cannon here. Dang, I'm sorry for the hacks at this point. You stayed frozen. Oh wow, you're bulky. Okay, Dragon Tail doing more, question mark? No, but it allows us to make it so that when she switches in, she will die to rocks. These freezes are crazy. Ah, okay. She got one more chance. Dang! These freezes are crazy! Cresselia is no longer a threat. Good to hear. And out comes Raging Bolt. So here I don't necessarily mind just Ice Beaming. Right? Because what else do they got? Yeah, I don't mind Ice Beaming here. That's also very bulky. Is that Assault Vest? Or are you just invested? I can't fully tell. And then we're going to go ahead and Dragon Tail this. She could go into Cresselia and just sack it here. Okay, so out comes Ninetales. She's setting up the sun. Understandable. Ooh, okay. Gudra, how well are you taking Ninetales? I take 40% from it in the sun. And I still don't mind that. Yeah, it's definitely a defensive Raging Bolt, because offensively it would have done a lot more. Okay, so here, Blastoise unfortunately is gone. And this thing should outspeed me. If it's speed invested, it should outspeed me. Oh, Blastoise is not gone. What am I saying? I'm crazy. Okay, come on out, Blastoise. Cool, so we keep getting our chip, and I'm gonna Ice Beam on the chance that they Rapid. Ooh, nice crit, you deserve it. Okay, so down goes Tusk. And so unfortunately that does mean Cresselia can still technically come in, but it is also at really low HP and it's still frozen, so I genuinely don't know how much it'll do depending on if it gets the rolls that it needs to thaw out. And I think we're in Torrent range too. The good news is I think Goodra can live one more Draco Meteor from... What's their face? What is their face? Raging Bolt. The Charizard in the back still looks kind of scary. We don't know what their Terra is. Okay, so this is Charizard. I don't think I have anything that wants to take this. I'd rather let this sack and potentially get us a Mimikyu in. Okay, Blastoise goes down. And no more sun. Okay. So this thing isn't as threatening. Charizard in this without the sun. It could have Focus Blast, which would do 60 to... Yeah, that would kill me here. But what about against Gliscor? It can't kill with Flamethrower, with Overheat. Terrifier Overheat could kill. I think I need to go Mimikyu here. Or I go Talonflame. It's got Weather Ball. It might try to go for the... Let's go Mimikyu. And let's click. Do I Rain Dance? Or do I Destiny Bond? I'm gonna Rain Dance. This will tell me if it's Scarf as well. Okay, so they do have to switch out here. Like, I don't know about you, but I do not think you'd want to have Charizard out here during this. But they know I have to switch out too. So what's stopping me from going into Talonflame here? Not much. Not much. And then how much is Flare Blitz? Or how much is... am I doing to Ninetales? I think I just Rain Dance again. Oh, I forgot about Weather Ball. I'm an idiot. Okay, Talonflame goes down. I should have definitely just Brave Birded there. Okay. Let me go ahead and get Rocks back up. And then Gudra can take all of these. Whatever hit it wants to throw at me. Okay. And then we just Dragon Tail again. Now, it can go back into Ninetales, but Ninetales only has so much HP left, and then I can set up the rain again with Mimikyu. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. Let's see. In the Sun, Overheat is only doing 34 max. I don't like it, but I think I've got to. Ooh, Healing Wish. I also forgot about that move. Okay, so out comes Charizard now, right? Or is it, Lilligant? It's Charizard. Okay, so I can't take an Overheat. I know that much. I have already busted my disguise. Do I need Gliscor for anything else? Possibly for the Raging Bolt. Gudra, I don't think I need anymore. I'll sack Gudra. You did your part. Or maybe I should have Ice Beam so that I could keep Charizard in. Yeah, I definitely should have Ice Beamed. Okay, that works too. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the rain again. Scarf Mimikyu. And we're gonna Rain Dance. And now Mimikyu has done its job. Right? Or do I need Gliscor? I do need Gliscor. I can't do anything else. Or I could send an Iron Crown now. Set up a Calm Mind. What's Rain Dance doing to Iron Crown? Of Weather Ball. Weather Ball is doing a shit ton. Okay, yeah, I gotta sack Mimikyu here. And then Psychic. Is doing half of its health. It's already low, so that would kill it. If I Calm Mind up, does that do anything realistically for me? It would make it so that I can take the Weather Ball a little bit better. I'd be at half. Ooh. What do they got left? Lilligant? I think I can do that. I know they're not Scarf. If they're Specs, then it still shouldn't kill me, right? Oh, that's with Choice Specs. Okay. So yeah, let's call him. I forgot about Terra. I'm an idiot. What Terra are you? Terrifier. How much are you doing to me here? Okay, we still live it. Cool. And I could Calm Mind again? Question mark? Let's go ahead and see. I'm taking my time to see what Raging Bolt is gonna do to me. With Thunderclap at a +1 special defense. And if not, Thunderclap is only doing 26%. I'm at 126 right now, and that is how much of my HP? That is 38. And we cannot technically 2KO it, but we can eventually revenge it with, Are you switching into Cresselia? Raging Bolt. Oh, okay. You do get the Healing Wish off. But I'm gonna get you a little low. We'll see if you're Assault Vest or not, because I'm calculating with Assault Vest. You're not Assault Vest, so we can just KO. Okay. Then, do I win? I think I win. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't think that Lilligant gets priority, does it? It gets Vacuum Wave. I might die to Vacuum Wave, but I don't think you would have Vacuum Wave on that. I don't think you'd have Vacuum Wave on this. You don't have Sash. You have to stay Fighting type. We did it. We won. Oh my god, that was stressful, but thank you so much for the fun match. Hope you guys had a wonderful time watching. I know I had a fun game. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.